Hi there, my name is Rai Mehta and I'm an Associate Director with the ANZ Structured Capital Markets team. We sit within ANZ's Markets Division within the institutional banking arm of the bank. In terms of what we do, essentially we provide securitization funding solutions for a wide range of clients across a wide range of asset classes that can span from executing private transactions, which we warehouse on ANZ's balance sheet, all the way through to supporting our clients in accessing the capital markets and selling asset-backed bonds to third-party investors. So I've been doing this with ANZ for about 8 years now. And prior to that, I was on our graduate program for 2 years. So 10 years in total now with ANZ. Before I speak to my own career pathway within the securitization industry, one point I really wish to stress is there really are no rules and there are many ways that you can formulate your own pathway. If you look at our transactions, the counterparties involved range from the issuer treasury functions through to the bank intermediaries, the law firms, the trustee, trust management, service providers, the buy-side credit investors. Within our industry, there's some very high-profile people who have had very interesting careers where they may have started at a trustee company, moved on to investment banking, from there into senior relationship coverage roles and onto executive level corporate treasury roles. What's great to see about those examples is the diverse career you can have, both in terms of lateral movement, but then also the progression of seniority as well. In terms of my own pathway so far, it's been a fairly conventional one. So back in 2012, I joined ANZ on our graduate program with the risk management stream. One of my early rotations was a market risk team, which gave me an introductory flavor as to securitization itself. And I was very intrigued straight away. And as I got to the back end of that graduate program, in the back of my mind, I had the thought of, is there an avenue for me to get into the front office origination part of, the institutional banking arm of ANZ? And, would there be an opportunity in this space? And it just so happened that the structured capital markets team were looking for a new analyst at the time. And I was fortunate enough to get that role. Since then, my roles and responsibilities with the team have continued to develop, and 8 years and a few gray hairs later, here I am. In terms of general advice, I might just focus on behaviors and attitudes which I think will set you up well in your securitization career. And my first bit of advice would be to always be curious. As you start learning in this space, you'll actually learn more about how much you still don't know. And whilst that may seem daunting, that's actually also what makes this career so rewarding and exciting at the same time. The learning curve's always there in front of you. It always feels like a steep learning curve. And so if you're a curious individual, you'll have the right sort of attitude to tackle that learning curve head on. My second bit of advice would be to stay humble and be a sponge amongst your colleagues. And what I really mean by that is, as you start out, you won't be the most experienced person in the room. You probably won't be the smartest person in the room. But the upshot is that you'll be working with some very experienced, very competent people. And I would encourage you to develop your network and have a broad range of mentors who inspire you in different ways. For example, there may be someone you work with who, stands out for their technical knowledge. Others, it may be their relationship management skills, or how they, manage their time and projects, or how they, generally lead others. Whilst you should always be true to yourself, it really helps to have benchmark individuals within the industry that you look up to who you can also mold yourself on in various ways.